Welcome to Titillating Tiny Houses. I'm your host, Tiny Tim. I'm here today to show you an incredible tiny house. We are going to tour outside, inside, and we are going to take it about an hour for a space that's the size of most people's bathrooms. Rob, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm so excited to be here with you today. Now tell me about your tiny house.
Well, Tiny Tim, it's an 8 by 16. It's part of their Freedom line, which has a dormer up top here, which a lot of people use for sleeping a lot.
Just one dormer?
Yes, just one. It's very simplistic.
What have we here?
It is a trash can.
All right. So I noticed the wheels are still turning.
Yeah, basically what you would want to do is jack the house up and skirt it and put pillars down there. These are just stabilizers.
Well, why haven't you done that, man?
I just moved here a day ago.
Oh, show me the rest of your incredible home.
This siding is a maintenance-free siding, and you can get it in all different colors.
Why didn't you bump this out into a bay window?
I just didn't think about it at the time. But I do like how the HVAC is up high like that.
Is that a mini split?
Yes.
We at Titillating Tiny Homes, me being Tiny Tim, especially like the minis.
Here we have a nice standard window. It doesn't open, but you don't need to. It's like looking out into nature. It's very nice. And what I like about this house too, it has gutters. Like most of them don't have gutters, and it really looks like a house, you know. Here we're hooked up to water and sewer at the campsite. And this is your electrical wire that runs underneath there and plugs in on the side.
Fascinating.
Would you like to come in, take a look?
Would I? Let's go in, shall we?
Sure.
Wow, this is incredible. I love what you've done with everything. You've made it so piney. The yellow, it just pops. It pops. This is fantastic. Did you just take a shit?
You could turn a light on over there behind the microwave if you want a little more light in the place so that people could see better.
Wow, incredible, incredible. And the way you have put the wood here, and the towels, and the brush, just everything, the empty wine that you're leaving behind, wow. And then the meta, the tiny house, within the tiny house. I love what you've done here, Rob. I love what you've done.
Oh, thank you so much.
Can you show me around the place?
Sure.
First of all, brilliant. You have this microwave that takes up the whole counter. Brilliant.
Yes, since we don't have a stove, and I don't cook, I just like to throw things in there and push some buttons. Typical American.
What is this thing on top of the microwave? Please show us.
Oh, sure. So it's a nice cutting board, so save space and give more work. I can come here and chop vegetables.
Now, how do you, let's say, relieve yourself? Do you have to go to the woods and bury it?
No, we have a loo right behind this door.
Oh, you call it a loo too?
It's a nice barn door. I love the craftsmanship of it. It's very
piney.
Yeah, it's a 32-inch shower in here.
Let me take a look. Well, hello, handsome. Somebody's left their towels quite disturbingly.
Well, it's a lived-in house.
Ah, so shower. Where do you put your soaps?
I just moved in here, so right now I've just been kind of putting it on the windowsill there.
And you've got a lovely window so that when you are sitting on the loo, you can have some company. Brilliant.
And in here, Tiny Tim, is what they call the master room. Yeah.
Is this where you spend your time, Rob?
Yes. Down here I have this nice rolling table.
Love it! Brilliant! Show us how it works.
You do it like this, or like this. Or if I want to share it with a company, I'll go this way.
Who's your company?
My wife, she's not here right now.
Oh, bless her heart.
And we, of course, like TV, so we cast it with our phones. And, you know, these shades are really nice, because those strings.
How do you clean them?
You use a little duster. And also we have these sconce lights. I want to change these out. They're very basic. And here's our
This
ladder.
is the mini split.
Yes.
It heats the whole home.
And cools it as well. And then we have the fan here.
Does it ever cause the fire alarm to go off?
Well, if you haven't used it in a few months, like, it will do that, yeah.
Well, shall we see the living area from the other angle?
Sure.
Wow.
I prefer an open concept over the cabinets because it feels confined with the cabinets. We do sleep in a loft, and we have a ladder, and it's very homemade, so just go up like this.
What if you're afraid of heights?
This couch folds out to a sleeper sofa, so you can sleep in there, or you can have a guest over.
Brilliant.
Shall we?
Shall. I'm sorry, I'm a little afraid of heights.
I can. So here's the loft, and you can tell we didn't make our bed because, you know, it's a tight
Somebody's a
space.
little lazy, aren't they? Tight up there.
I actually really enjoy it. And then I love looking down, Tiny Tim, onto my house down here.
Yes,
It's such a nice view.
Yes, the view is gorgeous. It's stunning, really. It's fantastic. Brilliant. You look around and there's all these tiny homes everywhere. They're like trailer parks, but with some paint and a little flourishes. It's really brilliant. How do you tow these tiny homes? That's what I wonder. I mean, it's tiny, it's minimalist, but are you towing them with a semi-truck? Is that minimalist? Is that really tiny to be driving around? What is the underbelly of the tiny home? Oh, sorry, I'm having a bit of an existential crisis there. Tiny's good. I love Tiny. Oh, Tiny. Oh, Tiny. The trees are tiny. Everything's tiny. I'm Tiny Tim. How do you put the ladder back?
Pick it up like this and bring it over here like this.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Stunning home, Rob. I love what you've done with the place.
Thank you.
Can I ask you how much it cost?
23,000 maybe?
So this is the incredible Tiny Home Freedom line.
That's correct, yeah. And
So it's customizable.
yes.
Well, I just love the details that you have here. Just perfectly executed. What land does this sit on, Rob?
Tiny estates?
Elizabethtown, is it?
Yes.
Have you ventured to the downtown area?
There's not much there, honestly.
Okay.
Just wondering what was going on with this sign here. Well, people love the vape. Put that on there.
Well, if they're gonna smoke, they're gonna want cigarettes.
Yeah, but then there's a lot of cigar lovers.
Yeah.
And then there's some people who just want to get lucky, play the lottery.
Yeah, there's that, and you know, everyone's always looking for bread.
Well, yeah, you got to feed the family.
It's very car-centric.
Brilliant! I, for one, love the shadow that the tiny home casts upon society, reflecting a time when all will be tiny. Today has been very illuminating. I just absolutely love what Rob and his wife have done with this home. I just can't tell you how comfortable it is, how piney it is. I love the big microwave. Everything is just brilliant. They don't make their bed, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a tiny home. You could do what you want. That's the point of the tiny home. To do what you want. It's freedom. This home is called the Freedom Line. We are free as a people in this home. There's no conflicts. You don't get mad at each other for bumping into each other in the tight spaces. You don't get hit in the head by elbows when you're in that loft that's unbearably small. You are free. This has been Tiny Tome for Titillating Tiny Homes. Thank you.
She just throws it. Look, she just throws her stuff everywhere.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love tiny houses, and this has got to be one of at least my personal favorite sketch that we've done so far. There's something comforting about a tiny house, and I think it's the the lack of things around you maybe, or being surrounded by, in this particular tiny house, all natural wood.
I love tiny houses as well. I just don't want to drag mine around the country using a lot of gas.
Yeah, and most people actually don't do that statistically. If you look at
What are the statistics on that?
I did some research, and it's fake. It's fake news.
Where are the crickets? So what are your favorite tiny house shows?
Incredible Tiny Houses. Obviously, that was the one that one of the ones that we stayed in that they had built.
He's in Tennessee. We might be staying with them on our way back from New Mexico.
and-
One we stayed in is new would be around 32,000.
Yeah.
Tiny House, Giant Journey.
Yeah,
She's great. Oh yeah, Living Big. He was our inspiration.
yeah.
Hopefully he's not offended. We were talking about that the night. We're like, would he be? And not that he's going to see it, but
No,
you know.
but I really like him personally because he's a super nice guy. Like, I really think he gets excited. He's
Yeah,
like,
he really is excited. He's not hard on the eyeballs.
Whoa.
Whoa.